Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Ball and Chain. We're going to do something different today. We're going to split our videos into two. So we'll have one video focused around football and another video focused around crypto. That should hopefully make it easier for you guys to digest the content, keep the time of the video down to an absolute minimum, and mean that we can start to categorize videos. We'll still be delivering the same quality content in the same way. We'll just be splitting it into two videos rather than having it all in one to make it easier. You can select which one you're most interested in. You can watch both. You can watch the one you're most interested in. Hopefully that'll help make it a bit more digestible and a little bit easier for people to consume based on what they like and what they don't like. So we'll go with that today. So without further ado, let's grab a drink and let's crack on with today's very, very busy show because we've had a lot going on in the crypto market. It has been a roller coaster week, and we've also had a huge amount of football played over the week, and we've also got another weekend of exciting games to preview around the football. So lots fun packed show, lots of content. Grab yourself a drink and let's get to it. Okay, let's go for the crypto market updates. What a week it has been in crypto. We've had up and down, but largely down. I mean, people have been blasted out. Look at the trading volume go down in the last 24 hours. Again, we expect that at the weekend, but this week people have been wiped out. And if you just have a look, I'm just going to scroll down here at the last 7 days. Let me pull it a bit more into view. Look at that, an absolute bloodbath. People have been shot like even stable coins at FC UK. Like it's a mess. Up and down, up and down. Like there's very few that are showing any strength at all this week. Look at some of that: 22% for Hyperliquid, 16% for Avalanche. It has been a bloodbath of a week, hasn't it? So let's go through it. On Monday, we had nearly over a billion. I think it was 1.8 billion liquidations, and then yesterday we had a huge amount again of liquidations. But this is September, right? This is shakedown time. There's no surprises here for me. Like everyone's acting surprised. Like September is traditionally red. It has been a lucky month so far. It was always inevitably going to happen, and nobody wants to see anybody getting shaken out. Nobody wants to see. But there's been so much leverage used. You have to have a flush of the crap and clear the toilet. And that's what's happened before you build up again. So I think the bowels have been emptied of the crypto market, and hopefully now, I think we may have another week of pain though. I think September is going to linger. I think this week going to be painful before we see things move again. And the reason I say that is because I think we've just got the end of switch over of the month. It's still September, it's a split week next week, and then the week after there's a few conferences going on that Eric Trump and a few others are going to speak of. I actually think my view and my strategy has been I bought last week, I'm going to buy this week, I suspect, as it'll go down again. I've been buying the dip, I'm still buying now. Yes, it is incredibly dangerous, but when there's fear in the markets, be greedy. Warren Buffett famously said that. And when there's greed in the markets, be fearful. So go against the opposite of the momentum and sentiment. That's why I cover it on this channel, because it's so important to be mindful of that. But anyway, let's have a look at Bitcoin's journey this week. It's 5% for Bitcoin in 7 days is a lot, isn't it? Bitcoin seems to be, but it's holding strong. Like it is holding still at 109. So as long as we stay above 100k, we're okay. A lot of people are saying if we drop below 100k, that is confirmation of a bear market. We need to stay above 100k. I actually think we will. I think we'll make it. I think we'll be all right. I think we'll stay above 100k. I think we'll have some chop next week. It might go down really tight to 102, 104, but I think we'll be all right. I think we'll stay above that 100k. If it drops below 95, honestly, we are pretty much, I'll be considering selling all my alts and rotating into Bitcoin and not even taking profit and just taking the loss into Bitcoin is maybe what I think about doing. But I don't know. I'm not making this market. I have not made any rash decisions. I've taken a small amount of profit earlier in the year for tax reasons, but I've not taken much. I have still got my bags and I'm still holding on to them. My plan is a lot of people dollar cost in, dollar cost out. I might do that. We'll see what the signals are. But my plan at the moment is to give it till November, December time, and my plan is to be out by Christmas. Like, I'll read it, I'll see. I'm not trying to time the top because I never will. But you know when momentum's shifting, you know when the market's telling you it's good, you know you've got until like November, and then I'll have to make a decision around November time to cash out. But while we have these big flushes, I will be buying. And I'll be buying the coins that I think have got strength this cycle. Even though we've not had a clear idea, things are happening. Let's just have a quick look at the trending one. So Apex, not sure what that is. Plasma, not sure what that is. But look at that, 100, nearly 200%. Like, if you've got in there, you're winning in life, aren't you? You've done very well. Bluefin is one that seems to be talked about a lot. Quite a lot of crypto influencers are talking about it, which I always worry when that happens. You know, when you've got people in crypto talking about Bluefin a lot. And interviewing them, and the price rockets, you're like, well, is that, did you miss the boat there? Maybe not. Some of these just continue to go up and up and up, but you just got to be careful with those trending ones. Same with, you know, Alpine, F1, that's good. You know, F team fan token. So when you have fan tokens of teams, you know, you got all the F1 fans going in there. And then I Love Puppies seems to have gone and done really well. Not sure what that symbol is, but anyway, I Love Puppies doing really well. Yeah, if you love puppies, that's probably why. So let's go down and look at the top 100 very quickly. An absolute shit show and bloodbath, I think we can all agree. I'm just going to scroll. I don't think there's any real stories to pick up. The major story is trading volumes are down. The market cap's gone up, so shown a great bit of recovery though. If you look at that, it's flatlined a little bit. Over the last 24 hours and the last few hours. So I think we're going to have stability over the weekend. The sell-offs will come, as we know, Monday morning in UK. I usually see red everywhere, and that's been consistent over the last few weeks. So I'm expecting another downturn on Monday and another buy opportunity then, and then we'll see how the week. I think we'll see a correction during the course of the week, and then strength coming into next week. But I think we'll have another shakedown week next week, is my honest opinion. Last 24 hours, we can see some recovery. Chainlink down 10% and back up 3.5. Chainlink's one of my buys this market. I've been keeping an eye on that. I think it's got some good narratives and some good strength to make profit. And I'm being realistic. I think if I can double my money on Chainlink and it gets somewhere near all-time highs, then I'm going to be pretty happy with that. I think it's quite a safe one for me. Dare I say it? That's really dangerous to say, isn't it? With altcoins, there's no such thing as a safe one, but we'll see. I think it's got strength. The fundamentals there's it's been talked a lot about in the US, and I think as there's more conferences and as more things get spoken about, I think that might be a narrative that could play out this market. Let's go down. Sui again and Stellar showing strength. Stellar and XRP. Yeah, I'd be careful what I say about them because they've got a militant community, haven't they? But I'm looking. I've still got Stellar and I've still got XRP. I will be closing those bags this year. I've just got to decide when I'm going to do that. But they'll be going. But again, showing pretty good strength. Again, Hype's recovered a little bit, but still massively down. If it goes a leg down, if it drops under 40. I've not bought any Hype, but I might be interested. But I just feel it's dangerous. It's been so heavily pumped and had a lot of strength. Is its narrative done and is its time done, or will it resurge again back during the bull market close as we go into that final blow off top? Scrolling down. Everything's pretty similar. Your best you're looking at is 2%. Apart from World Limited Finance. Now, it went down 7% in the last 7 days. It's up 6% today. They have started a burn focus because they were losing and hemorrhaging money. Like, they had a 40% loss so it was 40 cents, I think it released at, and it's been hovering around the 20. It's gone fluctuated between like 18 cents to 24. Be interesting to see what happens with World Limited Finance. I have been dabbling with that and try to go in under 20 cents and try to buy there. It's definitely a big gamble. So it's like betting on the horses with this one. If it comes off, it could be good. If it doesn't, you've lost your money and it's a rug. So we'll see with that one. Just like bet responsibly, if that makes sense, because that's what you're doing with that token. And I definitely know that's a bet, which is why I'm slow. I'm edging in. I'm not going crazy with that one. Arve, It's been a strong player. It'll rise with Ethereum. It's dropped quite a bit though, 10%, recovered 3%, so a good recovery. Meme core again just continues to show strength, doesn't it? I've been staying away from that, but it's such a strong one, such a strong one. Asta's been the one that's talked about. That's up 80% on week, 2% today, but that again is becoming like the hyperliquid of the East. So that is like a competitor to hyperliquid. CZ has been talking it up, which means that obviously he seems to be like the kingpin of crypto at the moment. Like his Binance is dumping loads of ETH and BTC, and that's what's liquidating everyone and driving the prices down. I'm not going to use the manipulation word, but when the boot fits. But yeah, so CZ and Binance have been really kind of playing the markets this time round. We know what happened with FTX and Sol as well, and I think yeah, CZ's playing these games, and is he turning into the crypto bad guy now? He was seen as one of the good guys and a few years ago, but he's manipulated well the dumping on the market, and now he's shilling exchanges and stuff. So he's talked to Asta, and you know that's contributed towards its popularity, coupled with it being very popular in the East. Aptos, notable mention, down 12%, but up nearly 4%. So again, showing strength. Ondo has suffered, but come back a little bit, but struggling. I think that's such a good price for Ondo. I have bought some Ondo. Such a good price. Real world asset. I think it's yeah, RWA. I think it's got strength. I like it. It's got a good players, but we've not seen the price movement, and I'm a bit concerned by that. But is its time going to come? Is Ondo and World Liberty Finance going to be the two big ones that start to hit? They've not had the day yet, this bull market. That's why I'm thinking, could these be a good play? Who knows? Who knows? Absolutely no idea. Plasma's a new entry coming into the market, rocketed up 18% in the last 24, but dropped down recently. That could be one to watch as a new entrant at 57. Again, we've got all these new coins. It's not like previous cycles, is it? Where you could put money into any coin, and literally when the blow off top happened, you were going to make and you could bank. I think there's so many coins, so many narratives, and so much choice now that it's not going to play like that, and you just got to be very careful because you can get wrecked so easily. Stories one we've been covering for quite a while, down 22%, but look at that, up 12%. It is really a narrative chaser, isn't it? It's dropped a lot though. I think it went up to about $13. It's now back down to $8. Could that be a good shout? It's performed very well, and maybe it's had its day, this bull market, and its time is up. A little bit like Crow when we get to that. Crow has dropped back down to 18 cents. It went up to 30 at one bit, so now you're getting it half price from its pump, but maybe that narrative has gone as well. I'm just looking across a 25% drop for Pi Network, which is a huge bean. My MX Wi-Fi Finance was doing very well, 2% in the last 7 days, but up 24 hours after being absolutely obliterated this week. So showing real recovery strength. Look at that, one of the few greens that we have seen. Flare token seems to be doing well, up 10% and 4.7. That's doing well. What any other notable ones? Algorand's suffered, but showing good recovery. Pumped Up Fun, 27% down, 2% down in the last 24 hours. Dropped quite a lot. Could that be one that if we get the recovery happening, are we going to see that pump again and go back up? Pudgy Penguins, an interesting project this cycle. It's NFTs, it's meme coins, it's everything in one. Down 20%, but showing good strength, coming back 5%. That's an interesting one for me. Again, one that I've put a little bit into just to see, but not again. It's another gamble, but you know, he who dares, Rodders, he who dares. C down 30%, up 2.4%. See what happens there. We say that's another interesting one, another one that's done pretty well. Filecoin just continues to disappoint constantly. That's the one that I've held and suffered. Same with FET. I held FET. I round trip FET. It went to $3. Didn't take any profit, and yeah, I'm screwed with that one. 57 cents. Just disappointing. Maybe the AI narrative is done, and maybe that time's done and we're gonna have to take the L on that. But we'll see. You never know. Never know. Immutables continued its strong form, however, it had a big drop in line with everything else. Like, it's all amplified, isn't it? When coins drop, it had a really good resurgence. Recovered back well. See what happens with Immutable. Quant again struggling a lot, massively down from all-time highs, nearly half the price. And we'll see what happens with Quant and Jupiter to close it out. It's down 16%, but up 2 in the last 24 hours. So that covers our market, the top 100, and just picking out some coins. We can see the volume trading. We can see the market cap. Again, so my summary of that is that it's been a difficult week. I think next week will start difficult. And Monday we will see again a load of liquidations. But maybe after that into October, I do think we'll start to see market changes. I do think we'll see sentiment changes, but don't expect an easy week. Don't expect a recovery next week. I think the start of the week will be very difficult. So get your bags ready, maybe get some purchases ready, lined up, and think about, because you might have your last opportunity to load your bags before we go into the blow off top. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Okay, let's have a look at those crypto bubbles. And I think in line with what we've been talking about over the last day, we're seeing recovery right across. IP's recovering, World Limited Finance is going, Peng's recovering, Meme Core's recovering. We've seen a few, like over time, I don't know what FTN is, but that's down 48%. So yeah, no, we can see it's green largely today. If you look across the week though, it's been a bloodbath. I mean, it's great this to get a sentiment check, isn't it, of what's happening, a vibe check, and the vibe over the last week has been pretty poor. If we look at the month, we've got really hit and miss ones over the course of the month. Look at that, 800%, Meme Core 400%. So there has been good things happening in September. It's not all been bad. Wildcoin 30%, but largely it's red. ETH down 13%. Which have a look. Yeah, so Crow down 47%. Yeah, we've seen it's been what we expected in September, hasn't it? We've had a bit of volatility there. We go across the week, it's been a shocking week. We go across the day, things are getting better, slight recovery, which we expect. It's, we are trading no institution. It's only retail investors at the moment, so that's why we've had a bit of recovery and a bit of stabilisation. Crypto fear and greed, we went bad yesterday, 28, but not extreme. I think we might have extreme fear coming in next week. I don't expect it to get any better. I think we'll see a drop on Monday, back into that nearly red fear. And I think you've got to go down to fear to get back up to extreme greed. And I see it going down over the next week, and I see it coming right back up maybe after. And let's see what happens there. Is it alt season? Well, apparently it is. 76 puts us like just in teetering on alt season. I don't know. We've had 2 days in alt season. I'm wanting to see it go up a lot higher. I think we are crossing that thing, aren't we, from Bitcoin? I think we might see Bitcoin dominance again next month, and Bitcoin starts to dominate. But I think we are knowing alt seasons coming, and I mean a proper alt season. I don't mean fluctuating between just on the borderline. I mean a proper move towards an alt season is what I'm hoping we see. So that's just a bit of a summary of the week. It's been a very, very up and down week, hasn't it, guys? It's been tough. Stay strong, stay in there. This is what we expected. I know it's horrible when everyone's euphoric and then you get flushes like this. It does make you nervous. My view is, and this is just my advice, not financial advice, I'm just taking it easy. I'm chilling. I'm buying when it drops. And when the fear's there, I'm buying. And I'm holding out. I'm holding out till the end of the year. If it's still like this, like in October, November, then some difficult decisions and some tears are going to get shed. But let's hope that we do get what we're expecting, and the history might not repeat, but let's hope it rhymes. Is a common saying, isn't it? That history doesn't repeat, but it rhymes. So let's hope that plays true. And all the analysis that's been done, if you follow loads of more better people than me who are technical experts, they're saying that this is following the pattern. I trust them. I've looked at the analysis myself. I'm staying true to the courage of my convictions. If I'm still having this conversation with you in October, November, it's a completely different story. But we're seeing it play out how we expected to play out. No different. September's a bad month, so it's cool. Just chill, take it easy, touch grass, go and have a drink or whatever, and just relax. Keep buying when it goes down, and then hold in October. So my view is I'm going to keep buying for the next week or so, then I'm going to stop. That's me done for the year. The only thing I'm going to do then is come out. I'm not going to start buying when everybody else is buying. I'm going to buy when everyone's fearful, and I'm going to sell when everyone's greedy. That's my plan. And I'll use that fear and greed index. I'll use the alt season. I'll use momentum and price. And that's how I do it. I'm not doing any technical analysis. I'll watch other people do that and maybe take things. But I use fear and greed because the psychological part is massive. I'll use the altcoin season indicator and I'll look at what the top 100 are doing and I'll make my decisions then. And that's how I do my trading strategy. I don't do technical analysis because that's short term for me. So I long the market. So I either have the courage of my convictions, but next year I'm going to have a different trading strategy to what I've had this cycle. I got into crypto in 2021, right at the very end, and then really got into it in 2022, 2023. And that's where I started. My major buys happened in 22, 23. Didn't buy so much in 24. I started dollar cost averaging a lot. I've realised the power of Bitcoin and its strength. So the only thing I dollar cost average into is Bitcoin. I will be largely focused on Bitcoin next year. I'm really accumulating as much as possible. Then when Ethereum drops probably below 2K, then I'll start dollar cost averaging back into Ethereum. And I think they will be the only two that I really go into. And I'll try and stay a bit safer now because the altcoin market is just brutal and I've round tripped quite a lot. And I just don't, unless you're doing it every day, you've got to have some really confident plays and it's tough. So that's my strategy. That's my advice. You can take it, you can leave it. It's not financial advice. I'm just telling you my strategy. Hopefully that's helpful to you. And again, just a final reminder, I'm not a financial advisor. Don't offer financial advice. It's just entertainment and education based on what I'm seeing and taking you through that. And for hopefully it's been quite entertaining as well. Look forward to seeing you on the next video. Hope you've enjoyed it. Fingers crossed for a good week next week. I'm not holding my breath though. I think it'll be a difficult start to the week. And then we'll start to gradually see October come into play. But maybe not next week. Don't expect us to get straight into October and all of a sudden it rocket. It's not going to work like that. I can't see it. It's going to take ramp down and ramp up. So we're going to have a final sell-off next week. Then we'll start momentum as we move into October. We'll see Bitcoin have a good October. And then alts should hopefully follow in November and December. But remember, the alt season doesn't last long. Like the proper top of the alt market does not last long. So don't try and time the top. When you've got good profits, for God's sake, please take them. Don't round trip it. I'm going to definitely try. I'll let you know when I'm taking profits. I'll let you know when I'm getting interested in that. At the moment, I'm not. I'm accumulating still for another week probably. And then I'm going to chill and just watch the fireworks hopefully happen. All right, guys, have a fantastic weekend, right? Enjoy yourselves. And I will see you again next week. Okay, take it easy. Bye.